Hey guys, Chelsea here. Someone asked me on my Tumblr how do you make rolled up shorts out of like old jeans, like these. And it's pretty easy, but I will show you how to do that. So, most of the ones I'm making right now, which like you can see over here, I have like a lot of scraps from jeans, and I have more up on my bed and stuff, are jeans that I thrifted from the thrift store. Most of these are going to be going on to my Etsy, which I'm hoping I can open up later this month, but it might be mid-March. I haven't really gotten much done for it, and I'm trying to get more done, but I'm really busy with school right now, trying to finish that up. So yeah, you can use an old pair of jeans, or you can go thrift some from the thrift store, or steal your mom's jeans that she doesn't like anymore, because honestly, it's nice to get jeans that are kind of higher waisted and have a bit of like a deeper crotch, because you can make them into high waisted shorts and you can tuck things in, and they're, you know, kind of hipster chic and shit like that. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm using a pair of my old jeans. They're from Old Navy. I just figured I'd use them because they're kind of big, they're supposed to be skinny, but they're not that skinny on me, and I have like 2 pairs of them anyway, so I'm just gonna cut them up because I want a pair for myself, and I don't really have any good pairs. I have some that I made like years ago that are really shitty quality. So, here we go. Alright, hey guys, so this is a bit sped up, but hopefully you can keep up with it. So, lay out your jeans, fold it in half, and try to make them as even and as flat as possible, because when you cut them, you want them to be relatively even, so the lengths of each leg aren't off. So measure from the end of the crotch down about 6 inches. You can do a bit longer if you want them a bit longer, or you can do a bit shorter, but 6 inches is a really good length. Then you want to mark it where the 6 inches is with either a pen, a pencil, a fabric pencil. I'm just marking it with my scissors. Now cut across it and try to keep it as even as you want. Don't be afraid if you mess it up a little bit, because mine are pretty jagged and messed up, but try to keep it as even as you want. The jagged parts will end up being hidden when you start to roll them anyways. Then you want to lay them out and just start with one leg and roll it up about 1 inch. I want it go over 1.5 inches. 1 inch or 1.5 inches is a good length to roll it up each time. 2 inches is going to be too chunky and it just doesn't really look too great. So you roll it up once, and then now you're going to roll it up a second time. So you should have only rolled it twice. And you're going to roll it the same length, and it should be anywhere from 1 inch and 1.5 inches thick. Be sure to check the back and make sure that the back is right. And your crotch, you're going to want to make sure that there's about 1 inch to 1.5 inches to anywhere to 2 inches of space. Because if it's too short, when you sit down, you have a JJ, it's going to be shown girl, and you don't want that. Do the same thing that you just did to the other side of the leg. Be sure to check the back once again and make sure it's all even, and that there's a good distance between the crotch. So I'm using fabric glue. You can either sew it, or you don't even have to sew it, but I start with a little dot in one corner and I kind of zigzag to the other side. You're putting this underneath it, and I put another dot at the other side. This is going really fast, so I'll explain it each time, kind of. And then I just apply pressure and smooth it down and pat it down. It's not going to be completely flat, but we'll fix that later. Do the same thing to the other leg. Start with the dot in the corner and zigzag to the other corner and another dot and glue in the other corner. Once again, apply pressure and press it down. So hopefully you get that. See how uneven that is? You don't even have to worry. Dot in the corner, zigzag, dot in the corner. Smooth it down. Alright, so you can either sew it or you can use fabric glue. I got that fabric glue from Walmart for about $5, I think. It's kind of expensive, but it's permanent fabric glue. You can get it from a craft store too. You can also sew it down if you're handy with a sewing machine or hand sewing. I'm not really, and personally I think it looks better with glue because there's no extra, sew lines and stuff like that. So now once you've gotten everything glued down and how you want it, you're going to fold them in half again and just lay them down on a flat surface. And you're going to want to find something heavy. I'm going to use a school textbook, because they're pretty heavy. And you're going to want to place it down onto where the glue is to help it dry flat. So yeah, that's how you get it started basically. So once you've rolled them up and put the glue on and set them on a flat surface and put something heavy on where you glued it to keep it down, keep it flat, and help it dry flat like that and stick down. What you're going to want to do is let it sit for a couple hours, 2-3 hours, more if it needs it. Just check it in a couple hours. When you check it, don't like pull really hard, because if you pull really hard, it probably will come undone. I mean, you'd have to pull really hard because it is permanent fabric glue and it's really, really, really strong. I mean, I'll pull on it. Yeah, it's crazy strong. Don't be afraid about getting on your fingers though. I've gotten it on my fingers and it hasn't been a problem. Just wash it off because it doesn't dry fast or anything at all, obviously, if it takes a couple hours. So yeah, when you're checking it, don't pull on it a lot, just pull on it a little bit and see if it kind of has a hold, and if it does, then it's probably good. Just check it and be careful. Don't rip it because then it's gonna cause tear and friction and you don't want that. After you have let it sit for a couple hours, you're gonna want to iron it to make sure it stays down, and it helps make it flat and helps keep it rolled up. And so just iron it, just iron down that part and make it all nice and flat and stuff, and basically that's it. It's not very difficult, it's pretty easy. Takes you 10 minutes to get it all together and started and stuff, and a couple hours to sit and dry and iron it, and it's done for the most part. So yeah. So I'm also going to show you how to put on a patch onto say the back pocket, because it's cute. I would show you how to stud and stuff, but I don't have studs with me, and I'll probably stud mine later. But so this might confuse people, but try to stick with me. My jeans weren't dry yet, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So obviously that piece didn't work. I should have measured it before. But I have some fabric. You could use an old t-shirt that you don't want that has some nice fabric, or just whatever, or you can go buy small little cheap patches of fabric that's 12 by 18 from Walmart for about 98 cents, and they have some nice ones, but this is some couple yards of fabric I had before. So I'm just going to cut out enough to fit around it. I'm just going to glue around the pocket, and then I'm going to place the fabric back onto it. Try to get a fabric that's kind of thick. You might want to like not make the glue too thick. Like you might want to kind of like paint it down on with a knife, because when I put it down it kind of got on my hands, but it still looks fine and it's okay. So once you kind of have that down so it's kind of secured a bit, start cutting a bit around the pocket, some excess, but don't cut too much, leave some, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck it under, so it kind of makes a smoother line. So you're going to cut off bits and pieces to make it less to tuck in, and basically just tuck it in to the in line of the pocket, and it creates a really smooth line, and it looks like it's just the pocket itself. So just do that all around. It might kind of be hard, and this might be really confusing how I'm explaining it, but hopefully you understand. You just take the fabric and you cut it and you tuck it under around the pocket so it fits. I don't know how else to explain it. Just be sure to use kind of light glue. You don't want to use a lot because it might go through the fabric, but try to get a thickish fabric, nothing too thin. And that is my pocket.